Welcome everybody to the Super Joe Pardo Show. This is another Biz Coach Reacts video. This time it's to Bar Rescue, the first season, first episode, Fallen Angels. It was the series premiere way back in July 17, 2011. Before we get started, I need all of you to diamond hand smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm so we can get this information into more entrepreneurs' diamond hands. All right, let's get started here.
Corona, California. This blue-collar community lies 48 miles southeast of Los Angeles. As the prices of real estate in Los Angeles rose
I
in the
really like
1980s,
LA.
developers
I like
began
visiting.
building in Corona and marketing the town as a suburb of LA. Renee Vickery opened Angels in 1992 at the height of this real estate boom and cashed in by catering to the town's blue-collar demographic. But what once served as the town's most popular place to catch a game or a drink after work is now a sad relic in the past. Owner Renee has reached out to John Taffer for help, but neither she nor the staff know what John and his wife and recon specialist Nicole look like.
That is crazy that he, thinking about it from a perspective of not knowing what John Taffer looks like you reached out for help for a new TV show, but you didn't do any, you didn't Google it? That seems odd.
Show up.
My recon with my wife is critical to this process.
Oh, there, look how young he looks. He's looking good there, John.
Nicole has been with me 15 years. She's my eyes and ears.
15 years, man. And this is almost a decade. So it's like 25 years. I'm pretty sure they're still together. That is awesome that he got to bring his wife in on this first episode.
She knows how to go into these businesses and look at them as a customer does. There's Angels right there. You can't see the difference between a strip club and a bar. I mean, how would you know?
Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's
a strip club and a bar.
Yeah, so when it comes to branding, you definitely want to have branding look similar, feel similar, but you have a strip club and a bar. It might not be the best thing to have them named both the same thing, especially if you want to have a certain clientele come to the bar and a certain clientele come to the strip club. Not a good idea there.
Decide to go in.
Directly connected to Angel Sports Bar is a strip club of the same name that Renee also owns.
You can't see any separation.
No, you can't at all.
No.
It's unbelievable. And then look at the condition of the outside of the building and the lot.
Old signs. I wrote about this in my book, Sales Won't Save Your Business. Signage and the front of the business, you pass it every day, and we kind of get into a lull of what's acceptable, what works, what doesn't work, when really we need to take a step back and look through the eyes of somebody else that's looking at the business and say, does the traffic that's passing here, do they have a good opportunity to see what it is, see any call to actions, and what opportunities do they have to get in here? And do we need to move it? Do we need to change it? Is our parking lot good? Does our parking lot has lines? Does it look like it's been well kept? Does it have potholes in it?
And look at the condition of the outside of the building and the lot. There's windows boarded up in the front.
It looks like it hasn't been touched in years.
This is going to be a very tricky one.
And that happens so often.
Dark, dank.
Oh yeah. Oh wait, what was that? Is that paper? Oh, they're checking the reviews, and they printed them out. Man, that's
dark, dank, stank, and carpet smells. Yuck. No thanks.
Oh my God.
Don't waste your time unless you want to.
No. How does somebody know that the carpet stinks? Are you putting your face to the carpet? I don't know. How do you know that's not coming from somewhere else without putting your face to it?
With a bunch of drunk biker dudes and be served by people who may or may not work at the strip club next door. It's exactly what it looks like.
Exactly.
My wife wasn't happy when I told her I was at Angels. That's a key point.
Absolutely.
I don't think we'll ever get women to line up at the front door of this place, but at least we can get them to not hate when their men come here.
Yeah, how he went to Angels. Well, of course, you might think the worst of your husband, but I think having similar styling of colors and that, so you get the correlation. But I think a different name is in order.
There's a real perception problem here. This is gonna be rough, Nicole.
Yeah.
Let's go in. Let's get something to eat, and we'll go from there. You ready?
This is back when he could just walk in and then,
2,500 square foot venue,
not be. That's what I think it's funny. He's wearing a blue shirt. He kind of got better dressed up than he does now with his. It's almost like a t-shirt with was it a blazer? I don't even know what that's called over top of it.
John and Nicole head into Angels, 2,500 square foot venue, which features 2 linear bars with 3 service stations, an elevated stage, and pool tables and dartboards in the back. John and Nicole will assess the bar from the point of view of a first-time customer, so they can get a sense of the typical guest experience. In addition to the cameras that have been following the Angels staff, hidden cameras have been placed around the bar to capture John and Nicole's recon.
How's your martini?
It's a little strong.
They should have put a piece of something in there.
Right, there's no garnish or anything.
Look how dirty this place is. Look at Staples everywhere.
Is it hard to get? Is it hard to pull staples out of a wall or a door? I don't think it's that hard.
No way.
It's just those little things that add up to the big things, and that's where it's like you really, look, we're all business owners. We all get like sucked into the day-to-day things that are going on in the business. But like setting that time, chunking it out of your calendar can help elevate so much if you just take the time to like take a look and say, okay, maybe it doesn't have to be done every day, but if we do, if I go and take a step back once a month or once a quarter, once every 6 weeks, and like, okay, what can I do better? What's not even, it doesn't cost any money to take the staples out. It doesn't cost anything. Come on. Like, you can totally make this happen. It doesn't have to be that complicated.
Comfortable here even with me?
Yeah.
What makes you uncomfortable?
Well, first of all, I'm really not sure what the place is. Is it going to turn into a strip club in 5 minutes? Is it going to turn into a biker bar? Am I going to be able to get out of here safely? As a matter of fact, if I had another drink, I'm not sure I'd find the exit. I don't know.
Do you feel like the strip club is connected to it, or do you feel like you're in a strip club?
I feel like I'm in a strip club because.
Wow, that's that says a lot there, that you feel like you're in the strip club. Yeah, and with a raised center stage, it's almost like they had like a second thing going on, like a second strip club kind of thing at one point, and then they changed it to a bar so that they could maybe appeal to a slightly wider demographic, but definitely looking pretty divish.
I'm staring at a stage with silhouettes of women all around me.
You're expecting a stripper to get on that
Exactly.
stage any minute. Well, it does. It looks like a strip club on the outside. It looks like a strip club on the inside. And the staff working in it are strippers.
He works here, the Asian guy. So that guy's on break and he's shooting full drinking while he's on break. I think our food's coming. She's got our pizza in her hand.
So how ooh.
It was served on the tray. It was shipped in.
It's a food service product. It's not fresh at all. The food comes out and it says fresh baked pizza.
Fresh baked pizza for $11.75 in California. That seems pretty cheap, given that it's California. Now adding toppings. Heck, my pizza plate, Manco and Manco down in Ocean City, New Jersey, they're more expensive than this. It's like $1 per topping, and that's in Ocean City.
But they serve it on a cardboard disc that frozen pizza comes in.
So it's going to be $26.25. All right, pretty much, but we do, however, have an ATM.
Oh, okay. I'll do that. This is a business that is totally disconnected with their customers. The server comes up, tells you the credit card machine is broken, you have to use cash, and then she points you to the ATM machine.
Well, first of all, $6. Like, who's paying $6 for that? I'm not paying $6 for that. I'm definitely going to make sure that I got cash if I find myself going there in the first place.
Has a $6 fee, so my pizza just costs $6 more.
Unimpressed with
Yeah, no wonder they charge less for the pizza, because they're probably going to get you on the ATM fee.
their initial assessment of Angels, John and Nicole step outside to discover more glaring problems. Motorcycles parked in front.
See, this is unbelievable to me because you know what our research shows? Women over 34, if there's 3 or more motorcycles in front of a bar, 65% of them will not go in.
Look, I used to have a motorcycle, and honestly, I probably wouldn't even go in. It can be very intimidating.
There are 6 or more bikes parked in front. The number of women who will not walk through the front door jumps to 88%.
After my recon with Nicole, I saw enough.
Now that John
Now, look, any statistic could be pulled up and like, oh, like, look at this number, but I think there's something to be said there for the fact that like I said, like I had a motorcycle and I wouldn't even feel comfortable showing up to a bar that has motorcycles parked right out front like that. So it's just a personal preference.
Bar. He changes gears from customer to consultant.
Are you Renee?
I could be.
You could be. I'm John Tapper.
Hi.
I know exactly what I need to attack, and I got to go at this business from the top down, so it's time for me to go to work. You're the owner.
Yeah.
And I understand your bar's in trouble.
Yeah.
I have to ask, did you give up here?
No way.
How do you think the
I
word...
think it's interesting that he isn't yelling right out of the gate. That's I guess the confidence built up over the years to like just start throwing stuff.
like the bar serves you?
I don't give a money's money, and I have a family to take care of, you know?
This is serious business to you. You're not here to play around. None of
No,
that
I
stuff.
am not.
You're here for the money.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is, your bar is sort of a hole.
When John said,
Oh well, yeah. I think we just smashed. We just broke the breaker in her mind that she's not doing what she's supposed to be doing to have the business. I don't. When people go on these shows, I don't know what are they expecting, right? Like, you're bringing somebody in to help you with your business, and what do you expect them to say? You're doing a great job. There's no reason I should be here. You know what? Let's just open up the cash register and give out drinks to everyone because I don't know why I'm here. You're doing so great.
your bar is a hole, I wanted to fire him, but I can't afford to right now.
Here's the problem.
Well, right. So you made the decision to bring somebody in to help you. And if you're not willing to be open to coaching on that person or from that person, then you're going to have a bigger problem, right? Like, you're bringing in a foremost expert in the world to help you with your business, and you got a feeling that like it's not that like, oh well, everything's just fine here. It's perfect. But then why are you bringing somebody in?
And now I'm going to lay it on you.
Yes.
When I drive up to this bar, your building looks abandoned. That's number one. Number two, you're letting motorcycle gangs chase your customers away.
No, I am not.
You're failing because of the decisions you're making. Whose stupid idea was it to take a sports bar next to a strip club and then have everything in it look like a strip club?
The managers?
When was the last time you changed?
So you allowed a manager to make that decision? I don't know. That to me seems like a decision that you as a business owner should be involved enough in and own up to the fact that you allowed this to happen. Sure, the manager might have had the thought and sure, it's an idea, but that doesn't necessarily make it a good idea for you to try to pass off to your customers.
One of your managers.
A long time. But the bottom line is people that are in control were here from the beginning. They know how I run the ship.
If we have the same managers here doing the same things every day, Renee, it's not going to change. It looks like the blind leading the blind to me. First thing that you have to accomplish is you got to look in yourself and say, no more. I'm very honest, Renee. And there's going to be difficult moments between us. But at the end, you're going to be really pleased. When her eyes filled up with tears, it showed me embarrassment. It showed me pride. It showed me a connection to the business and a disappointment that she had. That was good. That's the beginnings of an emotion that I can build on. I need to...
So we tend to like find ways to lie to ourselves, to think like, oh, everything's fine and everything's going to be great and it's perfect and this, that, and a third. Like, we, coming up with excuses for things is so easy. We as people we're like water, right? We flow, we look for the path of least resistance. And, when things seem like they're so stacked against us with so many things that have to happen because we allow little things to chip away at the brand, at the business, at our staff, at our customer base, that it just seems, it just gets to a point where it becomes insurmountable, and the people around it just kind of, even if they want to make a change, feel like they can't make a change because it's just a boulder bearing down on them. And then the business starts to fail, which puts a bigger weight on the business owner, which just starts to really make it hard to see anything past what's right in front of them. And then you have a manager just shooting pool and drinking beers.
Take over this place. And I want the staff here tomorrow morning for a complete staff meeting.
I know my place has faults, and I think I'm scared because I don't want to lose this place. I love it.
And that's very true, right? But like I said, things kind of get in the way of that, and we make excuses for it.
He starts the day with a walkthrough to catch
So
what he might have missed.
this is 3 days before relaunch, which I guess they later on in the series they actually have reduced the amount of time that it takes them to redo a bar, but that's the the expertise of the team that is used to doing it.
The night before,
The purpose of my walkthrough is twofold. One, I want to see if she actually cares about this stuff. And secondly, we need to identify the problems together. So by seeing those problems, we'll learn what we need to fix, and we'll see how much the owner is committed to fixing it. There's no separation between the businesses. There's no color. There's nothing that really creates a difference.
No,
the same
like one
logo.
building,
It does. How do I fix that?
What?
The filth. How do I fix the fact that your management walks by these staples how many times a day?
A lot.
And never pulls them out? How do we fix that?
I actually came and pulled them.
Oh, I'll tell you how to fix it. You got a pair of needle-nose pliers and you pull them out, and then you paint it over. Fix up the wood and paint it over every like once a year or so.
I was out myself.
You put it in your budget.
Well, we got to make a change then, don't we?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not going to succeed with this crew in this situation. Let's go out back. And here's where I get pissed. You know what that is?
Yeah.
What is that?
That's squirrels.
Squirrels or rats?
Yeah, that's squirrels. We know it's squirrels, but are we doing anything about it? What do we just? Yeah, it's like the guy was it Geico commercial. Like, we got ants in our house.
No,
One of the two.
it's squirrels.
Well, they live together. What about this? I saw an animal in here before.
That's a squirrel.
How can we leave that there?
Okay, but what if his children are in there? You want me to close it when
So
his
you want to make him a partner? You worried about the child of a squirrel? And look at this. Your employees walk by this every day. How can
I mean, all right. Let me address that there, because that, if you're worried about baby squirrels, you could maybe call animal control or some kind of animal removal company. If you don't want to spend the money on that, what I would do is I'd just get like a piece of plywood and cover it up for like you don't even have to wait a day, because like the mom or the dad or the squirrel family is gonna come back and be scratching to get in there, and send the message that like they got to get out, right? So it's not a permanent covering, or do something else. I would just call somebody, get an exterminator to come in.
You may be proud of this business. I don't get it, Renee. Do you think good people want to walk by this to go to work?
No.
Would you?
Or to spend their
Do
money?
me a favor. Start cleaning this place out, and I'll see you in a half hour. Clean it.
Like she knows enough to know that squirrels live in there and that she thinks that there's babies in there. So like, do something about it. Yeah, it's not in the building, but maybe it is in the building. Maybe they're getting into the basement and wreaking havoc, and you don't even know because you're too busy thinking that everything is, good enough to not have your place, called an SHIT hole.
Bar rescue.
You're not ignorant. What the hell is he?
Let's see here. 3
Now
days.
that owner Renee has experienced
3
John
days.
Taffer's management style firsthand,
Oh my God. He's gonna come on strong.
she warns the staff of his arrival, and John gathers them for a meeting.
Hi. My name is John Taffer. You now work for me. I have no time for BS. So either you guys are going to get on my bus, or I'm going to run you over. How many managers are in this place?
Probably 4 or 5.
So there's more managers on the floor than there are customers sometimes?
They all answer to Wayne.
So you're the one where the ultimate accountability lies?
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations. It's one of the worst operations I've ever seen. And that's going to change today.
I'm starting to get to the point like Renee. She doesn't care about it. Why should I care about it? She owns the place. I just work for her.
Who can tell me what's wrong with this place? Renee.
Because you know what? Because you should have some pride in the fact that you really would like to take your skills to the next level, figure things out, and then maybe take it somewhere else to a place that, actually cares. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to care enough to like pull staples out. Like, this is what you're getting paid for to do too. So you're just taking a paycheck and saying, oh, person is paying me, don't care. Why should I care? But you're the manager. You're not like the low man on the totem pole there, man.
Who can tell me what's wrong with this place? Renee, you want to hear it, don't you?
I
Tell
want
him
to
that.
hear it, yeah.
Yes.
Decor. It's old. It's outdated.
Is it just decor or is it the way we operate?
It's both.
So you're telling me the place is uncool?
Very uncool.
Yep, felt that way to me. Okay, here's what we're going to do. This starts with cleaning this place up, guys.
John assigns the staff the first task under his new management, cleaning the bar from top to bottom.
It's really not about cleaning because we're going to rip this place apart in 2 days anyway. It's about team building. By having some common objectives, I can start to pull the team together.
This is embarrassing. Like, really embarrassing.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're working in that situation, right? Like, this is acceptable. It might be acceptable at your house, Probably not. But if it is, it's not acceptable here, and you shouldn't want to work in it since you're working in this environment so much. You should want to keep it clean. And I mean, there's the health sense, you know.
I really need this job
Is
because
sanitary
of my family. I got a husband, 2 kids. We have a lot of bills, so I want this bar to succeed so that I can succeed.
Oh my God. This is gnarly.
But not everyone shares the same enthusiasm.
When we set off to clean, Wayne was slacking off. I don't know if he feels it's a joke with what's going on, but I take it serious. You gonna just walk away now? Okay. What?
And you know what? And that's even more difficult for this guy Brad, because Brad actually cares, but he's, you know, stuck between a rock and a hard place because he's got an owner that doesn't seem to care all that much, and he's got a general manager that doesn't seem to care all that much because she doesn't care all that much. And it takes one person to care, and then you could start to like clean out, weed out the people that don't care, find people that do care. They might not be the most skilled, but if they care, they're going to want to learn. You know, they're going to want to be there. They're going to want to clean things up. It's hard, and it's hard for Brad, even as a manager, for him to come in and say, okay, today we're going to clean things up. It's like, okay, when I leave, things are clean, but like when everybody else leaves, things aren't clean because the general manager is coming down and saying, yeah, well, this is acceptable. We could just leave tonight. We don't have to clean up. It's not good. It's not good.
Brad discovers that Wayne has put advertisements for the strip club inside the sports bar's napkin dispensers, further complicating the difference between the two businesses.
It's all about the VIPs, dances.
Well-
Why, we don't have girls on this side dancing.
But the guys who come here, they want next door. You go next door and get dances.
Apparently, for half an hour, you get unlimited dances from a girl of your choice for $100. So unless Wayne's dancing for him over here, I know none of my girls dance over here. So these were made for the other side. That's not...
And so, look, I get the idea of the cross promotion, but obviously, if you do a good enough job of branding outside, you don't need to brand in there. And, you know, it's probably, they probably thought it was a good idea, but given the way that the bar looks, that the bar was elevated in a lot of ways, that it wouldn't make any sense. But because you looking around and you're seeing silhouettes of girls everywhere and people are dressed like strippers at a bar, you know, at a strip club, then it makes sense, I guess, that, you know, oh, okay, I'm just going to put the two together. And, you know, Wayne gets to feel like he did something, which wasn't very good to begin with.
the right way to do that, but okay. If you say so, Wayne. You're in charge, so...
With the management struggling to get on the same page, John calls in his backup. To help the bar staff, John has brought in Michael Tips, one of the most sought-after mixologists in the country. And with 17 years of professional experience,
That's fantastic.
Michael will help the Angels staff elevate their skills so that Renee can elevate her profits.
Can I have a rum and Coke?
Sure.
Nice work, Doctor. Rum and Coke. Should always have a lime. Your pouring it was way too short. Probably barely an ounce. What kind of gin do you carry?
Thank you.
You don't know what kind of gin you have. You need a martini glass.
This is a martini glass. What's a cocktail?
What's a cocktail? Wow. That can't be real. I get that they do things for the show or whatever, but like come on now. Like, come on.
Cocktail? You're a cocktail server? You have to know what cocktails are. Oh my God. My overall expert opinion on this bar, this shovel would be a step up from what this place is. It's a complete crapple.
But a successful bar is much more than pouring drinks. To create a proper environment for making money, John brings in nightclub expert Deborah McGuire to assess the girls' problems with customer service.
Eye contact the entire time.
Deborah has experienced branding some of the hottest nightclubs in LA, which makes her a perfect fit to give Angels staff the boost they need.
Hi. This is what you all come to work in? Seriously? The importance of a consistent wardrobe is that you could at least locate your waitress.
I personally don't really have a problem. The management actually said that they want to gear it more towards bikini. And I said, okay. The customers like it a lot.
You have to keep in mind you're not working next door at the gentleman's bar. Anytime you're in customer service, you have to have a good presentation. And that's what's missing here.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it almost seems like they should think about the idea that, you know, like make a decision, right? If you want to have the strip club thing, make it one bar, you know, make it the whole building, and go really deep on that, right? Versus the idea of like trying to split things, and then you're kind of like, oh, you know, we had this wardrobe that's acceptable here is now acceptable at the bar. it doesn't make a lot of sense, and it definitely does not send the right message to people that are looking to get alcohol and food.
Who's been here?
So I don't know if they even have food here, because it didn't sound like they did.
August.
Or they did.
Do you
Oh, they
look
did.
forward
They
to
had
coming
the
to work?
pizza thing.
No, not anymore. Not anymore. I would like all of you to look forward to coming to work. You're so excited about what you're possibly going to make that night at work.
I used to walk out of here $500-$600 on a day shift. When I first started here, my tips were in the $100 range, and then it just declined to 50, maybe 25 if I'm lucky. Sometimes I don't even get to go home with anything.
The bartenders and waitresses were communicating together
That's
to figure
terrible.
out what's going on.
How does it make you feel?
Like we don't matter. It's nice because they're actually asking us what we think. And for once, I think myself and other bartenders are actually feeling like they're being heard.
And that's so imperative that your team feels like that they're heard. That you might not agree with everything that they have to say, everything they bring to the table, but it's important that they feel like they're being heard, and then consider their recommendations and their feelings are taken into consideration into actual change, moving things forward. You know, this is something that you could absolutely do in your own business. You don't need a John Taffer or me to come in and ask your own staff what they really think. If you set the culture of actually being willing to take the feedback and implement it, right? And you can take that feedback not just from your own staff and that you're not from your own team, but from your customers as well, in the form of surveys and such.
We're supposed to keep the bar afloat. We're supposed to keep the customers come back. Well, you can only do so much.
Now that John's experts have assessed the Angel staff, they meet with John to form a strategy for the bar's new concept.
All right, here's what we got, guys. We have a bar that has the same name as a strip bar next door. So we have to come up with another name and another concept for this place. A couple points. This is not a wealthy community. This is a blue-collar bar. We're not going to do anything high-end. What if I said to you, this is a whiskey kind of bar?
I think that makes sense.
A blue-collar, boilermaker type
Right.
of
Well,
whiskey
even when I
bar.
saw the bike, that was the first thing I thought.
I think whiskey typically goes along with pool halls and biker bars, but to maybe kind of do a nicer whiskey bar. Just keep it simple for the girls too, so it's easy for them to pick up.
You know, guys, we all know.
And keeping it simple is KISS, keep it simple stupid is really important. If you have a staff that cares but doesn't have the skills or the resume to go in deep and like really make that stuff, especially because they're doing this in like 3 days, so they don't have a lot of time to train them to get super deep into what making these complicated drinks is like.
There will never be 200 women lined up at the front door of this bar.
Right.
But if I can just get a few women to come here, then we're attaining a level of respectability where at least you can come in here and your wife won't kill you. And I think we can do it.
I think we can,
yeah.
In order to get the staff of Angels on the right track, John and his experts go back to basics and begin the training process.
Okay, let me grab one. Everything's about perceived value, okay? You can always make it look like more alcohol too. It's called a long pour. Whenever you pour super high, same amount. I'm sure you've seen this before.
Using a long pour with a pint glass, a bar can charge more for the same volume of liquor by creating the perception of a bigger, stronger drink.
A lot of stuff at this bar right now is not fair to you guys. Because I wouldn't learn half of what I know if I was in this environment.
Now that expert mixologist...
Well, and that's the thing, is like it's not just about the bar, right? It's about you training your team to get stronger, right? To get better and want to say, I'm going to come back in and I'm going to learn even more and I'm going to make even more money and help us all grow together as a team, because you're willing to put in that time and effort to train that staff.
Michael Tips has taught the bar staff the basics of the perfect pour. It's time for Deborah to teach them the basics of perfect service.
What can I get you guys?
Maybe before you ask them that, you might ask, how are you? Something simple.
For appetizers,
What?
I like the veggie platter.
How are you? How are you really? How are you doing? Thanks for joining. When I go to like other certain fast food places, they just go like, what can I get you? But when I go to a specific Taco Bell not far from my house, they always ask, how are you first? That's the first question. And then maybe about a little over half the time, when I say wonderful, how are you, they will actually respond accordingly. So a lot of times, half the time or so, they just said, move on to the next thing.
Okay, let me interrupt you for a second. Do you know what's on the menu? Yeah, because she's reading it. Okay, because you shouldn't have to look onto the menu. You should be looking the customer right in the eye.
John's experts are hard at work training
Yeah,
staff.
I mean, if you're not going to know what you have to offer, it makes it kind of hard. They should be able to recommend the food and appetizers, because it's going to, especially appetizers, because people, they'll pass over that. And it's like, if you can get them to say, if you order this appetizer, like this is the appetizer I love, or can I get you some appetizers, or can I get you drinks? If you ask, you can increase that bill so much more just by those little questions that people won't even think twice about because they're already there to be fed.
Now it's time for John to train the bar's biggest problem, the managers.
Guys, this is bar 101. I mean, 2 girls don't even know the same recipe in this place. Now, you guys might stand there and say that I have not sat and spoken with you guys yet. But the fact of the matter is, there is no excuse, none, for Christmas decorations on the wall. There is no excuse for 1,000 staples on the outside wall of this place that you guys walk by every fricking day. This is a frustrating one for me. Normally, I'll come into an operation like this and I get to work on big things. I'm not getting staples out of a wall. I'm not getting a floor clean. And to suggest for a moment that you guys deserve a paycheck for walking past the garbage, the staples, the lack of attention, the filth, the lack of detail and sensitivity is absurd to me. Absurd! Or you wouldn't walk by this. You'd do something about it. I gotta understand this. 35 years,
It's like, oh man, I know, like I know, and I can't believe he's actually calling all of us out on this.
I gotta understand this, because in 35 years I've never seen it before. Do you know that this should be fixed? Yes. Do you know that a server should be trained to make a margarita? Yes. Yes. Do you know that there should be some accounting controls when a server makes a sale? Yes. So then you're not ignorant. You're lazy. How do you feel about that, Renee?
And well, you know what? It does say a lot, right? About when you know all these things, but you don't do them because it's easier to not do them. It's easier to just kind of look the other way, or again, these little things in your business that just stack up and stack up and stack up until it becomes like, this is way too much to fix. I don't know that I could ever do this. Or the people come complacent with the way things are, and ultimately nothing gets changed because it's just too much. It's just too much. I can't fathom doing that much work to fix what's here, and the people don't even want it because they're just used to what's there. They're accustomed to coming home with no tips. That's not good.
Is he delivering for you?
No.
Is he delivering for your customers?
No.
Is he delivering for your employees?
No.
Why the hell is he here?
Maybe he needs to be delivering pizza.
I trust him.
Trust him for what?
I don't know.
Well, we need to think about that, don't we?
I don't know. Like you don't know. So you're going to bat for somebody who I mean, again, this is edited. I know that, but you're going to bat for somebody that you ultimately said, I don't know. At some point, hopefully it's not too dishonest, but you said, I don't know. I don't know why I trust him. Why should I trust him? Why should you trust the people around you in your business if you're like, you know what? It's because it's easy, right? That's what it comes down to. It's easy to just continue to let somebody go. It's hard to hire people. I say this to my friends that are like, I tried applying for all these jobs and stuff. It's like, dude, nobody wants to go and hire people. It's not like a thing that most business owners or even HR people necessarily, if they don't have an HR person specifically, want to wake up and do, because I got to go through resumes, I got to do interviews, and if they're not a real people person like that, then it's not something that's fun. But you get complacent, and this is the result.
Or you need to get the
I
hell
don't
out of
know.
here, one of the two. Is there anything you can defend yourself about?
I do the books.
You do the books, so what's our pouring cost?
Beer-wise, happy hour is about 40%, and the regular price is about 30%.
What if I told you full of bull?
I mean,
So he just made up numbers.
I'm wrong on some, but not all of it.
So then you don't do the books. You sort of do the books. So the books really don't mean anything when you're done because they're not accurate. What else do you do?
I don't know. Miscellaneous maintenance.
I mean, when you say I trust somebody, and you don't even come up with the answer of I trust them with the books. I trust them with the numbers.
A broken outlet or something like that.
I mean, fix a broken outlet.
Here and there and stuff. I mean, better than somebody getting electrocuted.
A broken outlet, but you have wires just hanging around with like exposed wire nuts.
That's kind of you.
I could feel the vibration. John started screaming, basically telling Wayne he's full of There's no real answers. I'm doing this, I'm changing a light switch, just bull.
Can you do better than him?
Yes.
Okay,
Definitely.
you're our new general manager. You're our new assistant manager, and your days are numbered.
Coming up on Bar Rescue.
What are you gonna do? Take her out?
Let's
Let me see if you're
fast-forward
capable
here.
of anything. Go get a plier. I want to see every staple out of the walls. You're the one who watched them go there. Take them out, and you help them. I cannot accept somebody who does not accept responsibility for their own actions. Wayne got the brunt of this, no question, but he should. He's the general manager of this business.
You know, if it's dark, right? Get a light. Go get a work lamp. Call somebody or get somebody to go to Home Depot and pick up a $20 work lamp, something, so that you can brighten the place up, so you can do the things that you actually need to do when you need to do them. It's not a lot of money, and if you're sitting there feeling around the wall, you're not getting it done and efficiently enough.
He's worked here longer than any of the others. He is the one responsible, and now he knows it.
Doing all at one time kind of sucks.
Hey, can't bitch about it. Just do it. I'll take some of the blame, but
And do it when you take the things off. You have, if you're using staple, or don't use staple. Well, I mean, staples hold paper better, so I get it. But when you go to take the paper off, take the staple out and be done with it. That's it. It's not hard.
Blame everybody else. They didn't do their job either.
With management finally getting some work done, John continues the training process by sharing with owner Renee some of the science behind why Angels is failing and what it needs to succeed.
17,287 cars drive by your front door every day.
Wow. Right then, I was thinking, oh my God, we got to capture these people. 17,000 drive by.
Well, you're not going to capture people if you aren't going to willing to put money away and then reinvest into keeping the front looking like a place that people want to come. And again, having a whole bunch of bikes out front. I mean, having one bike or two bikes, whatever. But like, when you got like 6, 10, 20, like, it just sends a message that like, I'm probably not the person that should go there. And combining that with the fact that you have a strip club next to it, I'm probably not the person to go there. And clearly, if you have 17,000 people plus cars driving by every day, you are not capitalizing, and you are probably way paying a lot for rent or mortgage, whatever, or taxes, just to be at that location. And you're not using the number one thing, like, look, salespeople have their face, right? Their voice, their mannerisms, and how they treat people and create experiences for people. That's the front of your building. It's the front-facing part. And if you're not willing to, put money off of the side, get the wacky waving inflatable arm man out front, or do something to attract these people to come in, you're missing an opportunity, a huge opportunity there. Think about if you just had like 1% of that 17,000 cars show up every single day. I mean, people wouldn't necessarily be going home with zero tips.
I did. Why can't I get 100?
So those people are driving by this building every day, but
Ding,
they're
ding.
not stopping.
Okay.
That's why I'm so hung up on the front of the building. When they originally built the MGM Grand in Vegas, the green one, the new one, it had the big lion in front of it.
Right.
They want the Chinese high rollers to come to this place, and they will not walk through the mouth of the lion because it's bad luck. As soon as MGM got rid of that big lion in front, then the Chinese came back to the business. It's all about our front door.
Okay.
Got to start with the front door. Next. Okay, here's your space. Looking at this facility, that's not a swimming pool in the middle, it's a stage.
The stage at Angels takes up approximately 20% of the floor space. That alone is enough to cut 20% of sales. But the way the stage is set in the middle of the room creates a barrier for social interaction.
Absolutely, because it's not even like it's just a standard floor like that you can walk through or put tables down on and make more money. It's raised, so like you generally don't want people who have been drinking to fall.
Removing the stage would increase floor space and create better flow through the bar.
I got to start out here.
I mean, the only other thing is like, unless you're going to start bringing bands in, if that's your thing, but it doesn't seem like that is up her alley.
We got to work our way back and turn this into a money machine.
With a long way to go and only 48 hours before the relaunch, John moves full steam ahead in overhauling the bar that was once Angels.
Ay, ay, ay. John?
Let me talk about neon signs for a minute. First of all, they indicate a dive bar.
Wow.
Secondly, neon light makes women's skin look terrible. And it affects length of stay. We weren't supposed to start tearing this place apart till tonight. I couldn't wait. Cleanup gets set up for tonight, and I'll see you guys in a little bit.
As As training continues, mixologist Michael Tips teaches the bartenders some new drinks to distract customers from low-profit bottled beers.
Okay, girls, we're gonna get into some bourbons. This is a biker bar. We should have good bourbons at it. Knob Creek is part of the Jim Beam family. It's really strong bourbon. Got a lot of caramel, also kind of like hints of chocolate. Booker's is 127 proof. They basically can start a car, okay? Exactly. A lot of you guys you have come in here are like big whiskey Coke drinkers, right? You can upsell on this Booker's. Remember, it's almost twice as strong as Jack. So let's go with a real basic bourbon. Most people recognize Maker's Mark. It's fantastic. It's 90 proof. It's a full-bodied, medium amber bourbon. We're gonna do a drink called a Gold Rush. We're gonna go 2 ounces of bourbon. We're gonna do equal parts of lemon juice and honey. You always want to go lemon first because you can always make it sweeter. If you go sweet first, it's harder to balance it out. Okay, so we'll do about 3/4 ounce of lemon, 3/4 ounce of honey. Now this is basically a play on a hot toddy, but it's cold. Okay, now give that a shot. Tell me what you taste.
It's delicious.
You liked it that much?
Now that the bartenders
Well,
have
that's
been properly
good to know. He knows what he's talking about.
trained,
Good job, Mike.
John will test their new skills with a soft opening. A soft opening will allow John to see how the staff responds to a packed bar.
So you called it a soft opening in the first season, not a stress test.
Reveal the improvements that need to be made before the bar's relaunch.
Real quick, we're opening in an hour. Tonight, we're going to fill the room with a bunch of customers. We're going to put you guys under some stress. I'm opening up an opportunity for you to stumble a little. Not quite know the drink perfectly yet, but I still want you to do the best that you can. Wayne, this is your chance to be a lifesaver. Jump in, help if they get busy. This is a chance to really shine and really support.
Will he? Probably not.
These guys. This is critical to this process. It's an opportunity to let the crew rehearse.
Who's the guy in the wait? Who was that guy in the background? Like dude with the beard. I don't think I'd seen him yet.
Let the crew rehearse.
I love looking at this stuff, looking in the backgrounds and trying to figure things out, see where like camera crews are and all that kind of behind the scenes stuff. But it's just like, where did that guy come from?
The good employees will bubble up to the top and become our superstars, and we might lose some along the way tonight. We ready?
They probably will. They seem to have a whole lot of staff there for a bar that isn't really that big, especially with that stage cutting it all up. Like, that's kind of odd that they have so many staff.
Have a great time.
Unless that was both the bar and strip club staff.
The staff is alert and ready for action.
I come to Angels once or twice a month. The staff is very positive tonight, a little bit different than they have been in the past.
Let me give you a chance.
Oh, I don't need a change.
Thank you, doll. I haven't seen this busy in a while, but I mean, it's a good thing, so I like a challenge.
It looked like when the Bluetooth earpiece was still like a thing.
Are they actually selling some of this stuff?
Yeah. Good. I was really, really impressed with the bartenders. They upsold really well. They pushed product really well.
The bartenders are clearly rising to the occasion, but Deborah has uncovered some serious holes in the way the waitresses are trained.
A girl who worked here for 2 years doesn't know where the ice machine is.
Because the manager or the security always get the ice for me.
But they should know where it is.
Yes. This is not a procedural issue as much as this speaks to a whole larger issue that you don't control your business at all. Make sure your staff is informed and get us organized.
Yeah.
Show me you can do this and do it quickly. Wait, do it quickly. Let's not.
The ice machine's not like a small thing, and yeah, they should at least know where it is in case they have to get it. I think that also speaks to the fact that they probably have had too many people working at this bar that has been underperforming for so long that they, it's incredible. It's really incredible that she wouldn't know where the ice machine was. That's crazy.
All right. Hey, Jimmy, what's happening? Still hanging in there, huh? Yeah, I'm gonna kill somebody in a minute here.
The bar is getting busier, and the waitresses are losing control of the floor by not tending to their assigned section.
Where's Brittany? Brittany needs to be.
But unlike a lot of these bar rescue episodes, like they're at least getting drinks out. It's like there's a lot to be said for that compared to a lot of these episodes in the future that they just don't get drinks out at all.
The girls aren't quite following the directions that they were given, which were very simple directions. Like they're leaving their sections, going outside for cigarettes, telephone calls, which is biggest pet peeve.
Who's got time for that? It's like hold on, time out. This is like a 1 hour thing here, stress test. Like, who has time to go out there? Like, I've never. That's crazy. That's great. There's no time for that. Maybe they didn't pack the bar enough.
You two only have 2 tables.
Oh, you're the one that told us to flirt with the customers, to talk to the customers.
Exactly.
So that's what I was doing.
You need to cover your area. That is your area.
Well, then you shouldn't have said to conversate with the customers.
You conversate with the customers in your area. It's not that difficult.
Well,
that's
that's
a
what I was
simple. No, you weren't. What's going on? I noticed that Brittany was a little disrespectful to the lady that was helping us, and I was offended. She's trying to help you. You're staring at her like, what are you going to do, take her out?
No, but she was the one that told me.
She is here to help you.
She's the one that
You're arguing with her. You're arguing with her. Why?
What was I supposed to say? She was the one that
You sit there and you listen. You sit and you listen.
That-
I was listening, but I was following the rules as well.
I think you need to step out of the
I think
office.
you're the one that's wrong.
I want you to go and never come back.
And I need my money for the both paychecks that you owe me.
Well, okay, so we'll unpack that in a second, but
I want you to go.
this
The one that's wrong. The one that
You need to step.
I was following the rules as well.
I think you need to step out of the
I
office.
think you're the one that's wrong.
so that's a hand grenade. I can't. It's not. Oh, there we go. So that's a hand grenade there, and I think that says complaint department. If I was that say complaint department is a hand grenade on the wall. That does that send when you have things that you're doing in your business, your marketing, your team, setting up your team, setting up the culture for your team, you got to ask yourself, does a grenade on the wall send the right message for my team, for my culture? It sure seems like it did, right? It speaks, it speaks itself into reality, and that pretty much sums it up.
Here to listen. You sit and you step out of the office.
You're the one. And I need my money for the both paychecks that you owe me.
So apparently she hadn't.
Free, Renee. For free, and it's not right. Everybody's checked.
You're a liar. They did not.
I'm not lying.
Go get your check.
I will right now, Renee. It's not the first time it's happened. When I first started working here, and I was supposed to get my paycheck, and I didn't get paid till the 3rd week, and I was like, what's going on here? And they said, whoever brings the paychecks in, that's how it happens. Look, these 2 checks bounce.
Where's the NSF?
I have no money.
There's no NSF on
Okay,
it.
look.
I didn't give you these today.
I couldn't come to work. It doesn't matter if you
Okay.
didn't give them to me today. Look at this.
You didn't work here for free.
I did work here for free
I
because
told you
I have no money. I don't have my $87.97. I don't have $131.95 that you owe me for free.
Well, so John Taffer should probably have stepped in there and said something. What is going on here? Like what how do we fix this? How do we make it right?
How can they? Where's the NSF?
I have no money when it comes to work. It doesn't here for free.
I mean, you never want to hear people yelling at
You
each
didn't
other.
work here for free.
I did work here for free
I
because
told
I
you
have no money. I don't have my $87 that you You owe me my
And meanwhile,
I had to
Wayne's
walk
not
away because I was
hearing it
above. As
either.
long as I was there, she would be loud. Can you 2 please go inside now and control her? But security or the other managers will step in and be the good guy. I'm the bad one, obviously, today.
I'm pissed. That's right, man. How the
There's that complaint department grenade
Take some
again.
deep breaths. Come on. We will fix the problem. Just take some deep breaths, okay?
It doesn't matter. I'm fine
Oh,
anyway.
look, Brad's
And I
stepping
want my
up
check.
to
Okay,
try to
I will
calm
get
the
it clear fixed up for
situation.
you in the morning, okay, sweetheart?
Diffuse the situation. Bring it down, right?
You know what was going on with Beryl?
I don't know.
She's screaming and doing this like...
I don't know. Well, that sounds a lot like your other answer when like what's her name's Angel, the owner's answer of when you asked why, what do you trust, what do you trust Wayne with? I don't know.
We didn't pay her. I'm embarrassed.
Wayne was the center of these problems because he's the general manager of the building, with no bookkeeping, no attention to bank accounts.
I mean, this
not caring much
this
about it.
seems more like a soft open than a real stress test compared, like when you look at how many people are actually there.
Employees, these things happen. One thing I know, Renee won't be successful as long as Wayne is here.
A public outburst is incredibly harmful to both business and staff
Yeah,
morale.
like this guy, like this guy right here.
Incredibly harmful
He's just like
to both
minding my
business
own
and
business.
staff morale, but it runs far deeper than what appears on the surface. John steps in to find out the root of the problem.
We had a pretty serious incident tonight, and it was ugly for a couple minutes. When customers see things like that, it's not good. When employees think that their paychecks are going to bounce, that's even worse. Listen to me. We really screwed up tonight, and the reason why we screwed up tonight is we allowed an employee to create a really bad image of us.
Oh, there's drama here every night.
Well, that's wrong. When you sit here and say that,
Yes, that is John. Yes, John's right.
Well, there's drama here every night.
Well, that's wrong.
That is wrong. That is wrong. That is wrong. That is not how it's supposed to be. You need to take control of the situation and remove the people. Remove them. And then step back and reevaluate the situation and say, what am I doing to contribute to this drama? Am I doing everything I can to create a culture that doesn't breed drama? You know, with a hand grenade on the wall saying complaint department.
When you sit here and say that to me, you're saying it to me like this is the way the business is.
No.
Renee, this is not the way the business is.
It's stressful.
This is the way your business is only. What's it going to be tomorrow night? And what's it going to be the next night?
Well, clearly it's not only because, you know, we have a decade of John Taffer.
We have to stop this cycle. We have to stop these things. We can't fix it if we don't fill the place with people. And we can't fix it if we don't have a manager who's presentable. I won't invest my time in Wayne. The guy is an idiot. He doesn't care. And if you think he's worth your time, then I'm starting to question your intelligence. Fire him. What's going to make?
Oh no, I don't think I can do this right
Well,
now.
then how can you run a business if you can't? Is he the guy who's going to make you successful?
No.
Okay, then let me invest in the people who can.
Can you make him do the janitor work or something, or is he gone forever? What's he gonna do?
You want to be an owner or not?
Yeah.
Then get him the hell out of here. I don't care how you do it.
Okay, boss, you want to sit here?
I'll be happy to do it if you'd like me to. I'll show you how it's done. Unfortunately, I have to fire Wayne tonight. I have no choice. Even he himself.
Wow. Like, wait, hold on. Wow. Okay. So we, you know, sometimes get too wrapped up in wanting the best for everyone, but sometimes the best for everyone is leaving. You know, if you take somebody and you try to put them, like cram them, put the genie back in the bottle, put them down as, you know, working in the bar, it's not going to work because not just because of that on their part, the money that you're not going to pay them, right? Because it's not going to be the same as a general manager position, but just the culture and the toxicity and the I don't care attitude probably isn't going to go anyway. It's best to just part ways. And it sucks. It never feels good. It's not personal. It's business. And seeing John sit behind the desk, you know, I don't know if that was for effect or not, but it's a shame. It's a shame. This is a hard lesson for a lot of people to have to learn that, like, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. The damage has been done, and everybody there that works there knows. So unless you're willing to fire everybody, and Wayne's willing to take a lower position, but again, the attitude is probably not going to change.
Told me he can't run this bar. You know what my expectations are a little bit from the past day. And you know that you don't have the ability to deliver that. So let's just make this simple. No more discussion, non-negotiable. I'm going to fire you now. Pack up your stuff, and good luck with your next opportunity. It really didn't surprise him at all. He got up and left. He didn't even try to defend it, suggest that I was wrong, tell me that he can run the place, ask for a second chance, none of those things. That, to me, is evidence that I made the right step.
Disillusion.
I'm getting tired of bar business, and maybe try something else different. Sounds like starting a new chapter in my life.
Now that John has overhauled the staff by dropping their liabilities, it's time for him and his team to begin transforming the bar into an asset.
We're starting to tear apart the facility.
Yeah, I mean, taking apart the people, right? That's putting the right people in place to make it. Again, attitude just makes such a big difference.
We're starting to have a floor plan that makes sense with revenue-producing areas and merchandising areas and billiard areas and dart areas. We've also removed all the silhouettes of women and anything that can be construed as a connection to a strip bar. I'm starting to feel good.
After 34 hours of hacking, sawing, rewiring, and painting, the staff eagerly awaits.
I mean, even if that doesn't happen in the short period of time that they say, like I've read different things, it's still incredible. Like even if it took a week, like to do a complete construction of like what things should look like and how they should be, it's still pretty incredible.
Out their new bar.
When I first came here, I wasn't sure if this place was a strip bar, a sports bar, or a dive bar. It didn't make sense to me. We got to get them to make that right turn.
Definitely was not a sports bar.
That's the science. We've put together something for you that's a great blue-collar neighborhood place. It doesn't go above it, doesn't go below it. It fits just right.
The guy's wearing like a
ready to see your bar in a minute?
Bears logo on his shirt that they put tape over.
2, 3. We've
put together, it doesn't go.
Yeah.
Free.
Racks, okay.
Welcome to Racks, Billiards and Bourbon.
Racks, not racks. I think it's a great name. You know, brilliant. The bourbon, very, very classy. I like it a lot.
There's a window.
There's a window. Wow.
Strip bars don't have windows, do they? No, that helps communicate that we're different.
I think it's perfect. I mean, you couldn't get a better name. We all love it. We're excited.
We're playing a little bit to our past identity, but we're cleaning it up a lot. Look at how we've changed the color. We've separated the colors from the strip club.
That's good. And that's so
separated the
important to do that, because people, you know, having a different brand and identity just makes so much more sense. And, you know, Angels fits the brand of the Gentleman's Club versus, you know, Racks, and it's got billiards. It's good. That's a good call.
From the strip club, we chose red and yellow for the signs. Psychologically, red and yellow stimulate food sales. Think of all the national chains and fast food restaurants that use red and yellow. We also know
They're
that
talking about McDonald's.
a line of motorcycles chases away females and other customers. So we placed the no
Barking,
parking area
nice.
and increase our appeal to women and other customers as well. You guys ready to see the inside? Let's do it. Go ahead. Go ahead inside.
Well, that definitely looks way better. Yeah, you know, looking pretty good there. You know, it's like the right amount of light, the right amount of
It robbed us of about 20% of the square foot, about 20%
show that again there.
of the square footage that we would sell in.
And now they have a great place to sit, and this is a bourbon, right? So they have a great place to sit in the nice chair and converse right in the middle of the bar, and drink their bourbon. That's awesome.
Without the stage, now we have our whole new lounge area and turn it into a revenue center.
It looks so classy. This is definitely what we needed. It's like we want to work right now.
And also my guys from Elite Audio set us up with a couple of flat screens over there. This ain't the same place. I'm in the wrong place.
Did you see the lights over the bar?
Bars are about the science of eye movement. Before we remodeled this place, guest size were moved to neon signs on walls. So by creating eye movement to spirits bottles and draft beer, we're
Yeah, I mean the neon sign thing. It's never appealed to me. I've never understood. Like as a kid, I liked the idea of being able to like twist a logo or write a name in neon or whatever. But in practicality, and they're a pain because they break so easily and they're expensive to make and fix. And it just makes so much more sense to bring the eye to where the drinks are, right? And you know, pulling people's attention to the drinks themselves.
Just through lighting. So let's go take a look at the pool room. One of the important things we did inside the bar was separate the billiard room from the dart room. We now have far better revenue-producing areas for the bar.
I never thought it could look like this. Ever.
So I got to ask you a quick question. Does this feel like a strip club? No. Pretty class bar
Good.
now?
It shouldn't.
Class bars take credit cards, don't they? Well, congratulations, guys. You have a working credit card terminal behind the bar. I called my buddies at pointofsalesystems.com and I got your POS system.
Wow.
And now we can do the right kind of transactions and bring the right kind of customers in here.
After all the substantial upgrades are made, John presents Renee with new uniforms to give the staff a consistent look and complete the transformation.
Let's get Sugar over there and help her out.
I need bitters. There's so much that needs to be done. More than any other time, we need to bring it right now.
Are we ready?
Yes!
10,
Come on, take
9,
the stock.
8,
I need bitters.
7, 6,
Shoot.
5,
Just do the best you can.
4,
Okay, are we ready
3,
to go?
2,
Are you ready?
1, let's do it. Open the doors.
With the transformation complete, Rax is queued up for success.
Congratulations, guys. Rax is now open. Well, this is the moment, the relaunch of the bar. This is the moment that we see how the market reacts to it, how the staff does, and we get a feeling for how successful this new bar is going to be.
What can I get you? When the doors open, it was like a swarm of bees. And it's like I turn
Bees everywhere. Everybody's getting bees.
around, and there's like 50 people standing in my bar.
Now look, that looks more like a stress test type of amount of people versus what they did with the soft open thing. That seemed maybe a little too easy for them. If they had time to go out and smoke a cigarette, like that's just clearly they were not stressed. Now, obviously this was the first episode, so it was probably hard for them to hard to coordinate that many people to come in all at once, but
It was pure madness.
Well, I tell you, it's a whole different atmosphere. I think it's going to draw a lot more people to go in this area.
wait, his name is Dr. Bob. Dr. Bob, like Dr. Pepper? Is he Dr. Pepper's brother?
In this area, so we're really happy this happened.
The new concept is an instant hit with a demographic that Angels was previously sorely lacking in, women.
I love the new changes. Now this is a place I can come more often instead of just to kind of like hide in the corner and have a beer.
There's about 40 women in there. We were lucky to have 4 women in there 2 days ago. A bar with no women is never a successful bar. Having 40 women in racks tonight is a foundation that'll attract hundreds of men to come to this bar.
Banking it in. I haven't seen it this busy in years. Tonight I know that I've made 3 to 4 times more money than I would on an average night. Customers,
awesome.
they were laying down 5s, 10s, 20s, and that's no joke.
Love it.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Our guest counts went up, our sales per guest went up, and our length of stay went up. We drew well over 100 customers through the bar tonight. That was my goal. They spent about $15 a head. I was looking for about $14 a head, and we're 2.5 hours into it, and they're still inside. We're successful.
Thank you.
Great.
Have a great time.
I like this atmosphere, man. It's very comfortable, very mellow. The atmosphere makes you behave better.
How you like it?
You know what? And that's a great point, right? And if he could tell you that, then you should be able to figure that out as well, right? That when you set the atmosphere, you set the culture. I wonder if they kept the complaint department grenade, because it does not send the right message at all.
That's good.
It's nice, huh? You did a great job.
This is a very different Renee from 4 days ago. She's engaged, she's confident, and she loves her business again. You can see it in her face.
Renee, we built a beautiful place.
Stay in control. This is your future. That's your checkbook. You know that POS system we got you?
Yeah.
Now there's no excuse. Do the books.
Yep.
Do the accounting. Watch your numbers. Watch your profits. We've given you everything you need to be profitable, right, guys?
Yes, you did.
I'm really proud of this one. These are good people. They're hardworking people. And they were broke. Now we've provided them with a good livelihood, an environment they're proud of. We've touched a few lives, and it makes the last 5 days really worth it to me. If Renee can just keep the team moving forward, she's going to have a gold mine.
2 months after the relaunch, rack sales have doubled.
They've doubled and then some. There's new people coming in all the time.
Wayne has not
That's
returned
awesome
to
to
Angels
see.
since being fired. Brad remains as general manager.
I'm really proud. I'm really proud of it now.
Well, that's good. Sometimes you have to remove somebody and get them humbled up, allow themselves to be humbled up, so that you can all step forward, and that's good. Hopefully, Wayne came back with a better attitude than when he was there in the first place.
Next Sunday on a shocking.
All right, so I want to pull up real quick. So apparently, they are no longer in business, unfortunately, as I've pretty much every episode I've watched of Bar Rescue, which is quite a few of them. I always Google to see like how they fared after the fact, and apparently they had somebody who was fatally stabbed outside the bar back in August of 2015. Since then, the interest in the bar continued to go down. That's absolutely terrible, both for the person and the family of the man who was fatally stabbed. Hopefully, they got the person that stabbed this gentleman, and he was taken care of. But on Yelp, it shows that they are out of business. Now it doesn't say when they closed exactly, but according to Yelp, it is shut down. The reviews were kind of mixed. But hey, if this episode aired in 2011, I think what did I say? July 2011, and so they probably filmed it a couple months prior to that. And they went and had a great run. So it seems like they were able to at least get some people, because even in 2015, 2014, even in 2018, they had positive reviews. There were some negative reviews from 2015, 2016, 2015, but I would say that overall it seems like they did a pretty good job. They had a pretty good run. Of the bar, of the rebrand, and it's a shame that if you fall, when things start to slope, after you have something like that happen at your bar, or your business, you really got to fight hard to reinvent and get people thinking about it. And at that point, I would probably, if I had somebody fatally stabbed at my place of business, I would, especially if it was just a single location, I would very much be thinking about rebranding the name. Get a different name, get a different look, get a different feel, and try to distance yourself away from, you know, that scene in people's minds. That's that it's unsafe, and do a lot to try to re-ramp it, but it might have already been too late by the time in which that happened. So anyway, thank you for watching another Biz Coach Reacts video. Get at me at Super Joe Pardo on all the social medias. If you want to learn how you can work with me one-on-one, go to superjoepardo.com. I have a profit growth mastermind coming up in the next month or so. So go to superjoepardo.com or get at me at superjoepardo to learn more. Make sure you smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm, for all the diamond hand entrepreneurs out there that know how to hold on to those stonks. Everyone, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.